in this session, we are going to discuss about the programming or R programming language. Okay, generally we call this particular language, it was given as the R project. Okay, so this R project, this particular programming language was developed by two main people, that is Rose Haika and Robert Gentleman in the year 1993. Okay, the R programming language is not a very new language. It was developed in the year 1993, and thereafter it was keep on growing and keep on adding a lot of functionalities, right? So here, why we are talking about R programming language in big data. Okay, so there are other programming languages also you can make use, so especially Python. Okay, then Java is also supporting up to some extent. Then Python is also doing good when you take it for big data analysis, right? And again, the one more language, specifically we have this particular language in the big data analysis, that is R programming language. So the R programming language has very somewhat little more advantages than Python, and still whatever you are doing with R programming language you can do with Python also. Okay, so maybe there are some plus and minus are there when you compare these two languages, Python and R programming language. So these two languages are mostly preferred by more big data analysts and then data science people all over the world, right? But there are certain areas the R programming language has certain over advantage, right? So when you want to learn, or when you want to really do statistical related the functionalities in your big data, then definitely you can prefer R language. Okay, here this R language will just discuss the introductory part about R programming language. It is environment for statistical computing and graphics. Okay, so it's a main focus for or main advantage of learning this R language, R programming language, is to implement your statistical computing, and also it provides a graphical related tools also. Okay, so here if you take a set of data, and from the set of data you will be performing some statistical computing, and from the statistical computing you have to show the result. Okay, that is what we generally do in the big data process. Okay, so maybe you can just see a small example, and here we have right. Okay, so now the data or the file that you are seeing on the screen is a comma separated file. Okay, we call it CSV, that is comma separated values. Okay, so here you can see is one example for how we take the input data, and from this data what we'll do, we'll write the program coding, and from the programming coding you're just going to show the result. Okay, that is what we really do in the big data environment. Okay, so here this is actually a simple file. The file size is approximately 500 plus KB. Okay, so maybe you can see the file content. So I'm using page down. Page down, you can see a lot of data are there, right? So this what this is a sample data. Just I want to show you this sample data. Like what you will do generally, you will use this data as your input file. From this input file, you have to infer into a meaningful representation or meaningful report. Okay, so just you want to go, you'll be showing certain output from this particular set of data. Okay, so here you can see each and every value, right? Each and every line is you can consider as a record, and each and every value is separated by a comma. Okay, you can see here the comma was included in each and every value here, right? So here, that is why we call this type of file as a comma separated file. This is one type of example you can take. On the other hand, you have the other different type of files also you can include in your big data analysis purpose, right? So here is just a simple sample file where we'll be getting the data, and we'll taking it for further analysis, right? Here, this particular R programming language, it is mainly using all statistical related computation, that is functionality, right? So suppose if you know, if you want to get a job in data science, okay, you know, the data science is the field is emerging at present, okay. So there are more number of jobs you can get based on data science, that is big data and data science, right? So in the data science, if you want to learn data science, okay, the prerequisite will be you should know something about statistics, right? So the statistics, maybe you can just understand it is a one of the part of your mathematics, okay. So the basic the fundamental or very simple statistical the functions we just understand is just finding the average and finding the maximum value, minimum value, okay. Then maybe you can find the number of counts available, right? And then standard deviation, mean, right? Those type of values will be calculating based on the statistical computation, and then based on this value will be drawing different type of charts, okay, ANOVA table, and then a chi-square table, and then a lot of different type of tables are there, even histogram, right? So everything in the presentation or in the viewpoint you can use different type of graphs, right? So that is what we are trying to say here. This particular R programming language is the environment for statistical computing. That is all sort of statistics you can include here, right? So most of the people, even in the government sector also, there is a separate division is there for statistical purpose, okay. So in the statistical purpose, something like even you can see now to know how many people have been affected by corona in area wise and the region wise, right? And then how many people got cured and how many deaths happened. So everything is to analyze the huge volume of data. What you will do, you will take it for statistical only, okay. So there are certain group of people in the government sector or in the non-government sectors, they'll be using only the statistical approach to predict all this type of information, right? So even this statistical is being used in many different field, even in the government and non-government sectors, okay. So maybe for example there is population, measuring the population, and a lot of things happening with the help of statistical, right? So even weather forecasting, okay, rainfall, and then other all sort of things you can include in the statistical computation, right? So in the statistical computation is one of the very important field used for data analysis, right? That is why it has the very significant role in data science, right? So before you start learning your data science, it is better to have a complete knowledge in statistics, right? So that is also very important. And here the R language is actually specialized for providing all sort of statistical functionality, as well as it can also provide you a proper graphics interfaces. That means whatever the data or whatever the output you are going to show, so those output will be can be represented in the form of graphics, okay. So maybe any sort of chart you can use for presentation, okay. The visualization is also very important, okay. So you cannot just now I have shown you a simple a file that is comma separated file. So you cannot just take the data, and you cannot have a sentence format or a text format. You cannot show it to the your the higher officials or whoever, okay. So they may not understand it very clearly. So to understand whatever you are going to infer from the available data set, and you should be able to know how to present visualize. That means how to show the entire data set in the form of graphics, okay. Maybe any chart or any type of visualization you can prefer, right? So this particular R project is comprises with both statistical computing as well as the graphics related tools, and it is associated with the simple programming language similar to S and S+. That is, previous to this R programming language, there were other languages was there, that is S and S+, right? So here the S and S+, from the S and S+ only, the R programming language was started developing, Okay, so in the year 1993. And moreover, the R programming language was developed using C, mostly C language, and then certain part used with C++ language. Okay, so the language used to develop this particular language was C and C++. Most of the part was developed using C language, right? Maybe in the C language also you would have used some graphic related functions, right? Then diagonal, circle, square root, okay, polygon, some graphics related functions. No, even C is also providing rich set of graphics related functions, as well as even mathematical functions also you would have used. Okay, so maybe finding the cost value, sign value, and then square root, mean value, right? So those type of functions also provided by the C language, right? For that case, this type of the limited and important mathematical related functions you can avail in any language. Even Java is also providing a math package. Okay, you can import math package when you work in the math related functionalities. Okay, you can find the average or mean or medium or something like that, right? So, but why the people are preferring this particular language mostly? But here, instead of the very basic and fundamental the functionality, that is the statistical functionality, our language is providing very rich set of statistical related functions. Okay, or pre-built functions are available. At the same time, it is very easy to work with the R programming language, and then the work environment is also very easy, right? And then the syntax, and then whatever the semantics, and then the style of writing the program is also easier than the other previous language. Okay, so that is why mostly people are preferring this particular language, that is R programming language. And generally, when you if you want to know more about this particular R programming language, you can visit this site, r-project.org. Okay, so there you can see a lot of information about R, that is R programming language. Okay, see here, the R programming language is a free and open source platform or the environment, so you can use it. Okay, so it is a completely free and open source, so no need to buy. That is one more big advantage for this particular R language. Okay, and then this particular language is mainly preferred by the data science people. Okay, so mostly data science people will be preferring this R language over the Python language. Okay, then the other advantage of using the R programming languages, so you have a complete community of people. That is, many people all around the world, they are supporting the R project or programming language. Still, they are developing a lot of packages. Okay, so there are a lot of packages which can support with the help of your R project, or there is R programming language, right? That you have a strong community background. And then at the same time, there are no lot of books are available. Even if you see in this website, that is r-project.org, there are no manuals. A lot of manuals are given, a lot of books are given. Okay, and then a lot of training materials are given, right? So everything is free of cost, right? You no need to pay anything here, right? So here, to learn the R language is also very, very easy. That is, a lot of handful amount of materials are available, books or textbook are available. Then even journals. Suppose if you want to publish certain the research related thing using R project, that is using the R programming language, that is also the journals is also available. Okay, so if you have any time, just you can go through this website and you can explore all the details, right? So a lot of things are available in the R project, and even you can see a lot of training materials are available, right? So learning this particular language is very easy, right? So it is not very restricted. That is, the content is available, right? You can, when you just search in the Google, you can see plenty of material related to R programming language, right? Then the next thing is about the R project. There are different versions of R project, that is R programming language you can get, that is related to Windows, Mac OS, Linux, and then various other Unix flavors. So in all sort of operating system, it supports this particular programming language is supporting. And then we said already, it was developed by Rose Eka and Robert Gentleman. and it is an implementation of the S language. That is the previous language or the predecessor language for our language is S language. Okay, so that is developed by John Chambers, right? So we said already R is mainly used for statistical analysis, while Python provides a more general approach to data science, right? So we are not omitting Python language. Even you can consider Python language for data science approach. But moreover, the Python language is more generic language. Okay, so you can use the Python for various purposes. But especially when you go for statistical analysis, it is preferred to have R language, right? So R and Python are state of the art in the terms of programming language oriented towards data science. Maybe it depends, right? So it depends on which functionality you are using, which the convenient for you. Then you can prefer a particular language, right? Then the even the S language founder, he stated that the S here forever altered the way people analyze. That means the S language was altered into R programming language, and the R programming language can be, the people can analyze, visualize, and manipulate data. It is very much easier than S language. It provides a lot of rich set of tools and functionalities for analysis. That is, whatever the data you have, for analysis purpose and for visualization purpose and for manipulation the data, right? So it is an elegant, widely accepted, and enduring software system with conceptual integrity. So all the features are included in the R language. So that is, this particular statement is given by the S language founder. Okay, so he actually stated this statement. That means the R language, even in the future also, you can use the R language for all type of research work. And the next thing is about the R language. We just have a comparison with C language and R language. As you know, C language is a compiled version of language. That is, when your source code of C language is compiled, then you will be getting the object code, and those object code can be executed any number of times. Okay, but the the difference between the compilation and interpretation. Compilation and then execution will be done much faster than the interpretation. Okay, so interpretation will be done line by line. Then here the R you can use the R language interactively. Okay, there are different modes you can, different environments you can use for R programming language. So one type of the environment is interactive mode. Okay, so maybe if you have worked in Python, from the Python prompt, if you just enter 1 + 1, okay, so then automatically you will get 2 as a result, right? Suppose if you do any expression or any multiplication or anything, right? So straight away what you can do, you can use your Python command prompt for working with your the simple expression or simple commands, right? So the same way what you can do, the R language is also providing this type of interpreted command line or environment where you can just simply use similar to your Python, right? So statements are converted and the machine instructions, they are encountered. That is, whenever you add any statement or any expression, that will be automatically encountered. Even the typecast and then data type will be also automatically converted in R programming language. Okay, so this is much more flexible but also slower. Okay, because since it is using interpreted method and it is the execution is a bit slower. Okay, so Python is better if your goal is to learn programming, which you can use for data science and other things. Okay, and then in fact Python is commonly used as a beginner language in introduction to computer science and type courses. Maybe in the latest trend, maybe if you want to learn any particular language, maybe you can start with Python, right? So previously what the people used to do, they'll start with C, C++ and Java. And nowadays what you can do, you can start with Python. And then R is better if your goal is to learn statistical machine learning methods. If you are working purely in data science and then in the big data environment, and then if you are going to use completely all statistical related functionality, and then if you are going to implement machine learning algorithm and machine learning methods, it is better to choose R language. Okay, so this particular R language is providing a rich set of machine learning algorithms also, right? And so the functionality libraries, maybe you can have your common statistical procedures and provide excellent graphics functionality, and then starting point for maybe any data analysis project. So any data analysis project you can do here also. But even the R programming language is also used in the previous stage of big data, that is in the data mining. Okay, since in the data mining concept also, this R programming language can be used, and because it supports many machine learning algorithms, right? And so the R programming language is an interpreted language. We'll just see the syntax and common control constructs, functions, how you can define the functions, and commonly used functions, right? So we said already it's an interactive or defaults to an interactive mode. So maybe a prompt is presented to users, and each input expression is evaluated, and result is in written. So that you can see here. Suppose if you perform a simple arithmetic, so this is what your R prompt. Okay, once you install your R language or environment, maybe you can start working like this, right? It is just similar to your installing your Python. Maybe if you want to have a practice and work something on R language, what you can do, you can just go to the website r-project.org, and there everything is given. That is, you can go for download. You can download and install it. Okay, and then even you have a CARN. That is one particular network is there. From there also you can start downloading. Okay, so mainly the people those who want to work in R programming language, they will try with 3 different environment. One is the regular R command prompt. Okay, so like how you do in the Python, and then the other one is Rattle is there, Rattle GUI. Okay, so the Rattle GUI is also used for use your R programming language, and one more is RStudio. Okay, so RStudio is a kind of IDE where what you can do, you can use your RStudio for how we use for to learn Java, and Java we use Eclipse, right? The same thing, using your RStudio, you can develop your code, you can write your script. Okay, generally we call this as a script, R script. So the R script you can write, and then you can use it for writing, and then testing, and then even viewing the result. Okay, even in the RStudio, you can see the result in the form of graphs. Okay, that is also provided, right? So in this particular slide, we'll just discuss how you can use in the command prompt, that is R runtime environment, that is 1+1, as I told you. For suppose we want to add 2 numbers, and obviously we will get the 2 as a result. Okay, so here this your R environment doesn't care about the type. Okay, so what is the data type of 1 and what is the data type of 1? Okay, so it is just adding 2 values, and then suppose 2 + 3 and then *4, then maybe you'll be getting, that is 3 into 4, 12 + 2, that is 14. You'll be getting, that is exponentiation also you can do. And then one more, in the R programming language, you can use the # symbol for making comments, to write the comments in the script. Okay, so as we do in the / in C and C++. Okay, and then that is mathematical functions, basic mathematical functions is also available. That is exponential value, square root, and then pi value. Suppose if you type just pi in the command prompt, then you will get the value for the pi. So you can manipulate the 2 star pi star 63 some values, right? So you can do you can just work in this style also in the R programming language. Okay, and then how you can declare the variables in R. There are basically 3 types of data types are used. One is numeric. The numeric, in the sense, we'll be getting all, right? So that is integer, float, double, everything will comes in the numeric. And then Boolean, as you know, it is true or false. Then string is a sequence of characters. Okay, then one more operator you'll be using, that is type determined automatically when variable is created with the this particular operator. This operator we call as an assignment operator. Okay, so in the R language, this symbol denotes the assignment operator, like how we use equal sign. Okay, so here you can see here x1, you are assigning 1 to x, and then you are assigning 3 to y, and you are assigning 4 to z. right? So this operator will then assign the value. Suppose if you say x into y into z, then you will be getting the answer here, right? Suppose if you declare the variable with small lowercase letter, and then if you try for the bigger uppercase letter, then you will not get the result. Okay, so you will be getting the error message only. That means what are the variable that you are using in the R programming language or case sensitive. Okay, so for example, this dot year, that is, it is current year, you are assigning with value 2004. Then if you say this dot year, and you will be getting the answer 2004. Okay, so in this way, what you can do is you can use this R programming language in the that is the command prompt, that is interactive mode. We call this as a interactive mode. Okay, so even the R programming can be, you can do a lot of things with the R programming language. Definitely not just as a calculator. So a lot of functionalities are there. And the basic thing about the R languages, everything will be treated as in vectors. Okay, so maybe we'll discuss more on vectors in the next classes. So R has many built-in statistical and graphing functions. So there are plenty of packages and functions are available in the R programming language. Okay. Hi learners, please subscribe to my channel and also press bell icon for latest video updates. Please do not forget to like, comment and share. Thank you.